Hi, this is Matthew Park with the YLOC. This is the 7th grade Lesson 4 Math Worksheet Preview video. Let's get started. First off, we can look at number 2. There are 5 seats in each of C cars in the parking lot, which makes a total of S seats in the parking lot. Which of the following equations represents this proportional relationship? Well, we have two terms, C cars and S seats. So let's just define those real quick. C is equal to the number of cars, and S is equal to the number of seats. And we know that for every one car, there are 5 seats in each of them, so 5S. We can just omit the 1, because it's implied, and we get our equation that represents this proportion. C equals 5S, so our answer would be A. All this equation is really saying is that for every one car, there will be 5 seats. It's the same thing, just in an equation form. Let's move on. We can look at number 3 now. An hour H has 60 minutes M. Which of the following equations represents this proportional relationship? Well, we know that we have two terms this time, N and H. H is the number of hours, and N is the number of minutes. And we know that for every 1 hour, there's going to be 60 minutes, as defined in this portion of the problem. An hour H has 60 minutes M. In other words, for every hour, we can multiply it by 60 to get the number of minutes. In other words, to get the total number of minutes, we just take our total number of hours and multiply it by 60. So our answer would be A. You might be a little bit confused on how these two proportions are equal, so let me try to explain a bit more. Say we wanted to find the total number of minutes in, say, 3 hours. We can use this equation to find that. Say, M is equal to 60 times 3 hours. That would equal 180 minutes. In other words, all this equation is doing is that for every 1 hour we have, there's going to be 60 minutes. It's just representing this proportion again in another equation form. An example of that being this, where that we can find the total number of minutes in 3 hours by simply multiplying it by 60. You can try the rest of these on your own. Let's look at a few of these. Check whether the number given is a solution of the equation or inequality. Answer yes or no. Basically, all they're asking you to do is that they're giving you a number, and they want you to plug it into the equation for the given variable and see if it makes it true. Let's look at number 1, for example. Is 8 a solution of the equation? Or in other words, does 8 make the equation true? If we plug in 8 for x, we get 8 plus 9 equals 17. 17 equals 17, which is true. So 8 would be a solution, and we would answer yes. In another example, we can try an inequality. If we plug in 2 for y, will it be greater than 6? Well, we can try it. 5 minus 4 times 2, again, we're just plugging in 2 for y, is greater than 6. You get 15 minus 8 is greater than 6. You get 7 is greater than 6. Again, that is a true statement because 7 is greater than 6, so 2 would be a solution and we would answer yes. You can try the rest on your own, but pretty much all we're doing is that we're taking this number they give us and plugging it in for the variable and seeing if the equation or inequality is true. Let's move on. We have a few more proportion problems we can look at. Let's look at number 1 here. How many 1/10 liter glasses of milk can you pour from 1/2 liter bottle? Well, we have two fractions here. We have a 1/2 liter bottle and a 1/10 liter bottle. To accurately compare the two fractions, we want to get a common denominator. To do that, we can multiply the 1/2 by 5/5, so the bottom becomes 10 as well. Thus, you get 5/10 liters, and you have 1/10. 1/2 is equal to 5/10. They're the same fraction, right? In other words, we have 5 1/10 liters in 1/2 liter. Therefore, we can pour 10 1/10 glasses of milk from a 1/2 liter bottle. To clear things up a bit, in a 1/2 liter bottle, we can transform that into a 1/10 fraction, right? To get a common denominator by multiplying it by 5/5. Thus, we get 5/10 liter. And they're asking us for how many 1/10 liter glasses of milk we can get from it. There are 5 1/10 liters and 5/10. Therefore, our answer would be C. We can look at one of these word problems before we end it off. Let's look at number 3. You are baking batches of cookies for a bake sale. Each batch takes 2.5 cups of flour. You have 18 cups of flour. Can you bake 8 batches? Well, again, we have another proportion. Each batch takes 2.5 cups of flour. In other words, for each one batch of cookies, we need 2.5 cups of flour. Well, we have 18 cups of flour, and we want to bake 8 batches of cookies. So let's find out how many cups of flour 8 batches will take. So we have 8 batches and an unknown number of cups. These are equal proportions, so to get from the 1 to the 8, we multiply by 8, and thus we have to multiply by 8 again on the other side. 2.5 times 8 would be 20. Therefore, we would need 20 cups of flour to bake 8 batches of cookies. Well, we only have 18 cups of flour. Therefore, we can't bake 8 batches of cookies because we need 20 cups of flour when we only have 18. Therefore, our answer would be no. We don't have enough flour. I hope this was helpful. This was just a quick preview of a couple of the problems in this worksheet. Good luck in working it out, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.